little reveal. You know, it's not like all 1,000 lights, fireworks, and everything going out. It's not as that big. But what is up, everybody? This is MuseMe TV. We are back, and if you were here yesterday, we were here with David Knight, and it's a new day, so we got another local comedian in the house. I gotta throw this bad boy on right away because this kind of gives you a better intro. He's been doing comedy for the same time about me now, about 3 months now, right?
Right.
And this guy is legit. You can see him all around Albuquerque. He's Bear Lopez, everybody.
All right, thank you for having me, brother.
Heck yeah, what's up?
Oh man, just did some little stand up in Silver Lanes.
How was that? Like you said, it was a small little crowd, right?
Yeah, there was me, Nico, the comic, Swamp, and David Knight.
Okay.
And I was like, I thought I bombed. I was like, whatever. They tell me they want to see me, Swamp, and David, and they gave Swamp the whole thing. So I was like, whatever, cool.
So Swamp won it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his shit was funny.
Oh, that's okay. So he had a good little whatever he was talking about. You remember any of his set a little bit?
Oh, he was just clowning on everybody.
Just like he usually does.
Yeah.
A typical freaking Swamp set. I love how people can do that, how they have the whole crowd work down.
Yeah.
Like I'm still kind of rocky on that shit too. Like I can't start talking to the crowd and shit. Like I get a little flabbergasted. I'm a little nervous on what they're going to say next. So,
right.
How do you experience that? Like, tell me more about your comedy experience.
Well, when I first started, I never played to the audience. I never called back anybody, and I was like, because I felt I'm actually stealing their jokes. You know, that's what I felt. But it was like, so Kevin pulled me aside, and he's like, "No, man, what you're not. It's called callback. You're just referencing that you're paying attention to another comic."
Yeah.
So the first time I did it, I was like, I was gonna nail David. Because I was like, this motherfucker, he told us just trashy joke. I guess I'm not gonna repeat it because, that's literally still his shit. But he said a kind of fucked up joke. So I was going after him. But Sean Dean had actually posted some earlier about being Latina, and out of the blue, she stabs a motherfucker. I was like, girl, you Latina, you fucking warned, motherfucker.
That's not how it works.
Oh hell no! You get warned quickly. Are you dating anybody?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm single, motherfucker.
Okay. No, I'm just asking because
I have a joke where I'm just gonna be like, did you know there's 816 Pokemon out there? 816, bro. I've caught 604, and I'm still single. I'm still single. That's okay though. I'm being a Pokemon master. Man, yeah. I've dated quite a while. I've actually had the whole I moved in with her. We had a whole relationship. We lived together, and then that fell through, and my life was. Again, people don't realize this, but I'm actually 30.
Yeah, that's the first thing that got me. Because you look like my little brother.
I know, you were telling me. That's crazy.
I was like, I haven't seen my brother in like almost 10 years.
A while.
We had a fallout when my dad passed away. So we're slowly, coming back to each other. And when I saw you, my first instinct was to smack you in the back of the head, like just smack you in the head.
I know who this guy is.
Like, I know this motherfucker. I was like, and then you just, the last possible second you turned, I was like, ooh, I would have slapped somebody I don't know. He might have whooped my ass. Because, they say the loud ones you never worry about.
That's true.
It's always watch the quiet ones. And you're kind of quiet when you walk into, on to an open mic. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hear what you got to say. I'm not going to judge him by what I think he is. I'm going to judge him by what he tells me. So when you first did your stand-up, I was like, and you started talking about the Kool-Aid. Oh, I wanted to roast your ass so bad, but then you stopped doing it. I was like, you motherfucker.
But then you knew, though. You knew, like, dude, we all been, like, especially if you're a ghetto person, you all know we've been there. Like, there's those times where you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Give me red Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. So I love how you knew that, too, right away, when you're just like, this fucker. Yeah, this fucker. I know what he's doing.
I know where he's going. And your binary rapper, that shit's fucking hilarious.
That one is good. Like I had most of it built up, but I remember we did an open mic at I think it was the first time we did it at the Grasshopper, Blue Grasshopper.
Yeah,
and Royal actually said that end part after my set.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really good. Like, it ties in with everything. It all flows together.
Yeah.
And so once I got the joke built up, like, oh, man.
Yeah, I love that little twist. I was telling my wife, I said, I like when he did that. He just made that little twist, and everybody's like, oh my God, did he? I'm like,
did he say the N word?
Did he really? I'm like, you're good. Unless you understand the binary code, you're not going to understand
Yeah, exactly. No, to be honest, again, everything I said is just straight gibberish. Like, you know, I don't have an actual set of words that is binary code. I'm just saying 010 in a different tone, trying to get some kind of flow going.
Yeah, that's what makes it funny, because I was like, I have a buddy, and if he sees this, fuck you. He was always a smartass. I mean, he was really intelligent. This fool could have went to MIT at 14.
Done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. No, he pissed his life away for about 10 years. Like, literally following around Van Halen for 10 years.
Is that a bad thing? That sounds amazing. I love Van Halen.
I love Van Halen. But this fool was doing it by himself. He wasn't going with the tour. He just, like, finding where they're at and driving his ass over there.
Kind of wasting his own resources.
And then he finally just buckles down, gets a really damn good job, and he's like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm like, live it, stupid.
Do something.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy with a lot of people, right? A lot of people have that instinct where they're just like, you kind of see a potential in them or something great, and then it's kind of like wasted with something that they want to do. Like, one of the biggest things everyone could always bring up is drugs. Yeah. Right? They have this amazing artist or fucking some kind of like mathematical person, but yet it comes down to like, oh, well, they fucked up their life with drugs, so they can't do shit.
Yeah, but sometimes you do drugs, and Picasso was on PCP for most of his damn life. That's what he turned out.
That's crazy too, because there are certain drugs that I think are advocated. You could use them. Like people freak out when you talk about like acid and shit like that, but that literally just expands your mind. Like, it doesn't. I don't. That's crazy. I've done acid. I've done it one time.
Oh, I've done it way more than one time.
Whoa.
Okay. First time I ever did acid. Oh my God. Mind you, this was, I'm going to date myself right now. This was 31 years ago. I was 16.
31 years ago. So let's do the math. 31 years ago, that would be 1988. In 1988.
1988, where rap was still good and everybody looked like an idiot.
Right? That was a slow decline of rock and roll, but it was still kind of good.
We still had some decent music.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine decides he's going to get some acid. I'm like, dude, what, are you going to deal? He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, hit me up and let me have the first hit. Well, we're about 16, almost 17. And it's you know what a four-way is, right?
Yeah.
You know how you're supposed to cut in four fucking
little tabs
and deal them out. He didn't do that. He gave me a four-way, and I was like, I'm like, all right. I didn't know shit.
Nobody.
Shit.
The first time I saw it too, I was like, oh shit.
So I go, what do I do? He goes, put it under your tongue. I said, that's like a postage stamp.
It felt kind of big to you.
Yeah, it's like, that's a little too big. I'm like, I've seen people like do little dabs, like little tiny things. He goes, no, don't. He goes, it's a weaker
dose or something.
A weaker dose or some shit like that. I'm like, all right, bet. And I'm like, put it under my tongue. Mind you, I'm in science class and we're cutting up a frog. It's a biology. I'm so fucking mad. Because all of a sudden, this little 3-foot leprechaun-looking motherfucker, to this day, I can remember what he looked like. Bald-headed. I mean, not like shaven, but like smooth. Bruce Willis bald.
Oh, shit.
Orange mustache, curled up like a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Little goatee, shiny green suit, shiny green necktie, lime green jacket, little shirt. This motherfucker followed me I was high for 96 days, but I was still hallucinating for 12 days after that.
96 days. Damn.
I was in the hospital for 96 hours because they thought I was having a grand mal seizure. So this motherfucker, I'm beating the shit out of this imaginary little motherfucker for 2.5 hours. Bust my knuckle. Not the first time, the third time that month. So now this motherfucker is gone completely.
Just you could.
So my dad comes to grab me. He goes, "You're freaking out." So I don't see my dad. I start hallucinating really bad.
Yeah.
All I see is this big ass tree. This is before I knew about Groot. So, and he was like opening up to suck me into the tree so he can consume my soul.
Holy shit.
So I started trying to whoop on my dad, and he's like, and the tree just got tighter and tighter until I passed out.
And that was just your dad.
That was just my dad trying to keep me from hurting myself because he knew what I was on. So I go to the hospital. Leather straps didn't last. I whooped the shit out of a nurse.
Oh shit.
So they got I don't know if you're old enough to remember the rubber bungee cords that they used to tie down stuff. And
Yeah, okay. Like in the back of trucks or something like that?
They had to use those. They used 134 to strap my ass down because I kept ripping the damn leather out and slapping the shit out of people.
Holy shit. And that wasn't a bad trip? Did you feel like it was a bad trip?
I thought it was, but then the third time I did acid...
It kind of like, it's okay. The first one was worth it.
The first one was beautiful. Oh, my God. It was beautiful. The third one, oh, my God. Ever been up to the Rock House in Hemmes?
I have not.
Okay. Well, there's this, I doubt if it's still there, but there was this one area that had this big stone clearing.
Okay.
And every time I stepped in there, I felt like something was trying to talk to me.
Oh, shit.
And, because I'm a very spiritual person.
Oh, shit.
I don't go, I feel people's energy before with you, I knew we'd be friends. Okay. Because you just have that energy that you want to be, you're just here. You're just trying to be who you are, not trying to fuck anybody's shit up. And if you decide, and if people come and help you and you help them, it's all good. So with that's how I feel people. But in that little circle, I knew what I was doing because I had actually read up on the shit. So I took half the 4-way. And I tripped so bad. The good thing was it was only like 5 hours. But I was on a piece of earth in the middle of space. Don't know why, don't know how the hell I wasn't dead. But I was talking to my grandfather and my great uncle. And they were telling me that I was destined for great things. And then they melted into one and turned into a giant dragon that wanted to eat my ass, and I couldn't run. So for like 6 hours, 5-6 hours, I was just sitting there freaking the fuck out. While my best friend, I can't say his name because he's no longer here, but he kept telling me, "You're going to be all right, brother. You're going to be all right." I broke 2 of his fingers.
Dang.
Because he went at me because I was trying to jump off the damn ledge, 500-foot drop. So I'd have been like either dead or fucked up.
Really badly.
Yeah, so he grabbed me and I grabbed his fingers and I snapped him back. I said, "Not today, Satan." And he's all, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then finally, somebody slapped the living shit out of me. Just like literally just started whooping the shit out of me. I was like, "I'm fine. I'm good. We're all right." That's when I switched to mushrooms. So much easier.
And do you feel like it was just the intensity of the trip? Like, have you ever had a trip like that on a mushroom trip?
No, I've never. On mushrooms, you can feel it.
Yeah, that
you got between 15 and 25 minutes to get that. You know how it's going to feel.
Yeah,
and it stays that way. But there's a thing where they say drink orange juice before you do shrooms.
It like intensifies it or something.
No, it doesn't. Take a vitamin C tablet, and it'll do what
they say.
Because it's the acid in the orange. It fucks with the psychedelics.
Okay.
So that's your psychedelic tidbit for the day.
There you go. If you guys don't know, now you know.
Right?
And that's crazy to think about, too, because those things, again, are illegal, but yet beneficial in a way.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of scientists talk about how, like, mushrooms kind of help some parts of the brain with, like, gray matter and shit like that.
Yeah.
Also, that fucking people with, like, PTSD or addiction problems get a lot of help from actually doing psilocybin mushrooms and shit like that.
Yeah.
So how does that not indicate that we should be doing more testing and figuring out things about it, but it's not because it's illegal for whatever reason.
Well, it's illegal because Big Pharma can't make money off of it.
You did say that you're spiritual. Like, how does that, do you think that spirituality kind of entails why we're not like that? Okay, this I'm going to tell you how spiritual I am and how fucking into hippie shit I am. But fucking, I honestly think like we're just the species that has untapped potential in our brain. One of these things that can help us achieve this or unlock it is mushrooms or some kind of psychedelic psilocybin. Yeah. But people that do know how to tap into this, higher ups, the 1%, the elite, don't want us to do it. That's why stuff like that has become illegal.
Yeah, and I can see your point with that.
Are you a conspiracy theorist? Do you believe in certain conspiracies out there?
Oh, I believe in a lot of conspiracies.
Do you believe 9/11 was an inside job?
It had to be. Come on.
All right. Well, that's a good thing to talk to you about this, too, because you're a little bit older about the situation.
I can tell you where I was that day.
Tell me about it. Let's talk about 9/11. If you're here listening right now, this is 9/11 talk.
Because my wife and I were divorced, and I was with somebody else. And I woke up, and I turned on the TV. I was expecting to watch My Little Knight Rider and shit. Yeah, that's how old I am.
Knight Rider.
So, and I'm like, I seen the plane hit the first tower. And I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, so I have to stop you there. You didn't see the plane hit the first tower. Nobody saw the plane hit the first tower. You saw a plane hit the tower, but not the first plane.
Okay, I saw a plane hit a tower.
Yeah, because okay, I'm just telling you this right now because that's what President Bush said.
Yeah.
And that's where we caught him in a lie. Like, what do you mean you saw it on TV? How did you see the first plane hit when nobody in the world saw it?
Well, they saw it. It wasn't recorded.
No.
Yeah. Well, whoever was in the building saw that plane come at.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so somebody saw it.
Not President Bush said, "Hey, I'm President Bush, and I saw it on TV." That's where the conspiracy comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, but so go on. Yeah.
So I see it. So I turn off the TV, thinking, "Okay, it's some bullshit." You know,
Another question: where were you? Were you in here in this state?
Yeah, I was in Albuquerque.
Okay.
I was on Pennsylvania and Central in a little shit apartment. I can take you exactly to that motherfucking apartment to this day.
Fucking the ghetto, right? The war zone area.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, I grew up in that shit too. But go ahead.
I worked at the Pussycat down the street. So I go back to sleep because I was working graveyards. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. So I get up again. And next thing I know, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And everybody's freaking the fuck out.
Because you know it's crazy too. It was around the state fair time as well.
Exactly. So everybody's tripping and like, what the hell? And I'm like, I didn't think nothing of it. I went to work. And everybody's like, dude, we're closed today.
Shit's not going down.
Yeah, it's like you're getting paid for the day, but we're done. You know, we're locking the doors when nobody's coming to work. Go be with your family. At the time, my family was on the other side of town.
Okay, shit was good.
So the chick I was with, she's like, what happened? I said, plane just hit the Twin Towers. I said, it must have been, apparently it's the second one. And she's like, no, it wasn't. Like, yeah, it was. So all day long, it just burned into my memory. I can tell you the damn color of the blanket I was laying under. It's fucking... I have so many intimate details of that one day. So now I know how my parents felt when Kennedy got shot.
Right? Or some kind of tragic event.
Yeah, some giant tragic event. I can tell you when the Challenger blew up, where the fuck I was. 8th grade.
8th grade.
Walking into my science class. That it had just happened. My science teacher was crying.
He was crying? Damn, that's a man of science right there.
Because the teacher had died, and then he was like, you guys don't understand what a tragedy this is. And I'm like, of course I didn't. I was fucking 13, man. What the hell do you give a shit about politics or anything that's important at 13?
Yeah, it's hard to understand that shit, especially when they don't teach you it in school.
Yeah. When I was 13, I discovered, not going to say her name, because I still see her around.
A woman. A lady, a girl.
A hottie from hell. She had the cutest heart-shaped little butt. I used to follow around school just to see her butt.
Damn.
That's how bad I had it for her.
Oh, little bear.
And I was like, 8th grade, end of the year, I finally went up to her. I said, I think you're the cutest thing I've ever seen. And she tells me, the worst thing you could ever hear from a beautiful woman.
Ouch. Here we go.
I like you as a friend. I was like, oh, man, my heart broke. Oh.
That's no fair. That's a tragic. That's tragic when shit goes down like that.
That was, it was hurtful, man. My heart broke in two. Come summer.
All right, guys, calm down. Calm down. All right.
Come summer, I found the love of my life. First love.
How long did... So when that happened, was that like your high school fling?
That was my summer fling. And I screwed it. That screwed the pooch so bad.
Dang. Bear telling you how it is. You know, back then, I think it was easier, right? A lot of people say that back then is way easier to get women.
Back then, you could lie your ass off and nobody knows shit. Now you can't say shit without having 15 different ways of proving that you do what the fuck you say you do.
Wait, let me check. Let me check on social media right away.
Right. Let me check. Let me see your Facebook. Let me see your Instagram. What's your IG account number? I was like, that's when they're like, oh, you bullshitting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because you could spit some stupid motherfucking lines back in the day. Like, I don't know if we talked about it last time, but like there was some the one, oh, is your daddy a thief? And they're like, why? Because he stole the stars and placed them in your eyes.
Oh, God.
I was like, and that gets some women. Some women would fall for that shit.
That's crazy to think about, too, because, like, you know, those pickup lines, some women do like to hear that. You never know.
Exactly. Some of the shittiest lines. I got laid with some really stupid shit.
Oh, man.
I told one girl out at Graham Central Station when it was back in the 90s. I told her, do you believe in love at first sight? She said, no. I said, let me walk by again. So I turn around, walk back, and I go, now do you love me? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how the fuck did that work? How? She ain't even drunk. She's not even... Never mind. I'm not going to insult no women here today.
But that's I see what you're saying, though. It's like the flattering, the whole intimate action.
Yeah.
I mean, people like that. People want to hear that. I mean, what's not to say if a woman came up to us and was just like, oh, you are the just sexiest thing I've ever seen. Like, obviously, we're going to fucking just be like, oh, my God.
Oh, fangirl like a motherfucker.
Right?
Really? Me? No.
And that makes sense, too, because,
Yeah.
like, people love that reassurance.
Oh, yeah. And my wife jokes, I joke about, she thinks I'm joking, but I'm like, I got to really watch how I talk to women. Because apparently, when I talk to certain women, they think I'm flirting. And it's like, no, I was raised to be a gentleman. To talk to a woman like, you know, if I can't say it in front of my mom, shouldn't say it in front of a woman. So some of them get mistake for what mistake my niceness for flirting. It's like, no, I'm just being like I was raised.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, I'm just being a nice person. Fucking.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like, all I'm trying to do is be nice to people. If I compliment you, that's it. It's not, there's no hidden motive behind it. Like, I have burlesque dancer friends. I love them to death. And if I love what they post, it's because it's beautiful. Because we have a friend's photographer. But, oh, that reminds me. I have a paid gig coming up at the end of the month.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's at a burlesque show at Sidewinders. It's a Roaring 20s theme kind of thing. So, you know, I respect burlesque dancers because I never knew how much it took to go up on stage and, You know, they're just bearing flesh. We're bearing our souls out there.
That's it. Yeah, to do anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to play in a band.
Yeah.
And it kind of has that same feeling. Like,
Right.
I remember fucking going up there with my guitar, like, fuck, I better rock, because if I not, what did I come up here for? And it's the same thing for comedy. It's the same thing for burlesque dancing. It's all how you feel inside.
Yeah.
And how you can present it in a professional, good way. But I like it, though. It's fucking intense. You like that shit, Bear?
Whew,
It's getting you good.
that got me good. I'm good now.
Good. All right, let's talk more. What else do you what do you like to do for hobbies? You look like the kind of guy who works with wood. You look like a carpenter.
Actually, I used to be.
Yeah, what you used to do that?
Yeah, me and a buddy of mine used to make like little bears and little bullshits.
Like carvings and shit?
Yeah, like carvings and stuff like that. And when my dad got sick, I was like, you know, I don't feel comfortable doing this anymore.
Okay.
And he said, why? I said, because if my dad turns for the worse, I want to be back in Albuquerque to go, you know, if he does. So he got pissed, and we didn't talk for about 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then he calls me up one day. He's like, do you still have those the chisels and stuff? I'm like, yeah. He goes, what do you tell me? He goes, oh, those were your dad's. I'm like, I know. He's like, how do you know? I said, because he always burned his initials in the butt of the chisel. And he's like, yeah, your dad wanted you to have them. I said, I know. That's why I took them. He goes, I'm not doing the bears anymore. I'm like, why not? He goes, my son was playing with some electrical, the plugs, and plugged it in and sawed his hand right in half.
Oh.
I was like, because he's a dumbass, and he took off the safety
Yeah.
and just sawed his goddamn hand in half.
So like a skill saw, or what kind
Yeah.
of, a skill saw?
Yeah, because he would make bookends, really pretty bookends, like unicorns and shit like that. Little kids would like. And then he got into something else, and he used a skill saw for most of it, and he'd take off the guard. He said, it makes it faster. I'm like, no, it doesn't, man, because if that thing kicks back, it's going to bite you. He didn't want to listen, so.
No, that's one of those. Dang. And was it like a really deep cut, or did it completely?
It literally cut him in half. There's no fingers.
Wow. How did that, like, what happened right away? Like, you guys had to, like, literally cover that thing up, get him to the hospital, fucking.
They wrapped him up. They put the fingers in the ice, took him down to the hospital, and by the time they got there, they couldn't save the fingers. Dang. It had cut so clean that it severed the nerves. By the time they got from Mountain Air to Albuquerque, the nerves had died. They couldn't replace them.
So it's happened in Mountain Air?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I have actually some family in Mountain Air, too.
I do. I think we are related. I have family in Mountain Air, Santa Fe, Belen,
Yeah,
Farmington.
Lopez is all over, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We're everywhere.
People like, oh my God, do you get this bullshit? How come we don't speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish, though.
Yeah, but I get that shit. You don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, why? Why don't you? You're ruining us all. You should speak Spanish.
Oh my God, oh, flashbacks.
You can see your grandma.
My abuelita, you don't speak Spanish. I'm like, yes, I do, abuelita. I don't speak it very well. That's why I'm talking in front of you Spanish, because I feel disrespectful. She slapped me.
Oh man,
that's disrespectful. I'm like, oh my God,
I can't. I can't even believe my little brothers can't speak Spanish. Like, come on, guys, you guys are like 9 years apart from me. Like, we lived in the same house for a while. What happened?
Yeah,
but I guess it's just a thing. Like, you know, like a lot of Mexicans that have their second generation of kids here, I don't think they really know that much English or that much Spanish either. Like,
no, because my little sister does not speak any Spanish. And I'm like, but my little brother does. And it's like, we all grew up in the same house. My dad spoke Spanish, my mom spoke Spanish, and they thought by talking Spanish, we weren't going to understand what the hell they're saying.
yeah.
But my best friend, his mom was still from Mexico, like literally like across the border. So she was always talking Spanish. So I picked up more Spanish. And when I came home, she's like, I was saying, like, oh, if he doesn't clean his room, I'm going to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you won't. So I go clean my room and shit. She's like, how did he know?
That's crazy. Fucking thank you guys for joining. Thank you everybody. Got a few people here. Gas Mask was saying carpenter stores, we all have them. Laugh out loud. And I could imagine I have a few friends that actually he was doing some chainsaw work outside, like because I used to live up towards the Taos and Santa Fe area.
Oh yeah.
So he was doing some work, and he told me the story. I wasn't there, but he literally sawed a big chunk of his leg off. Mm-hmm. Huge amount. The fact that he could even still walk and stuff is just amazing. Like, that's one of those dangerous things. Like, how does that happen though? Like, you would think safety first, right?
Well, that's the thing is you get comfortable. The more you use something, the more comfortable you get with it.
I totally could see that. Like, because I'm a chef, I cook at a retirement home,
right?
So I'm getting better with the knife. So you just see me start cutting like that. But again, it's happened before. I'm just gonna fucking cut that little thing off again.
When you're not gonna be expecting it, snip.
Ah! That's the worst too.
Yeah, just a tip.
But supposedly that's what makes it look bigger. Right. So what's up, Bear? What do you do now? What do you do for a living now? Besides comedy, besides hitting all the open mics all the time, you actually do grind a lot.
Oh yeah,
compared to some other people.
Yeah,
and we just started too.
Yeah,
I mean that's what's crazy about this shit. Like it's really just putting in the work. Once you start getting out there, you kind of see like the progression, how it works, what you need to get those showcases and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, what do you think?
Yeah, that's why I'm out there, but I also screen print T-shirts.
Okay.
Shit, I am really fucking high right now.
So you screen print T-shirts?
Yeah,
that's pretty sick. Do you have like a little local business, or do you do it for?
It's down in the South Valley.
Give a shout out to it. What is it called?
It's 5 Points Mercado, Big Bear T-shirts at 885 Sunset Road.
Nice.
And we have a website, thebigbeartshirts.com.
Okay, so I've actually seen some of your shirts, right?
Yeah.
I've seen your daughter wear them, I think, and stuff like that.
Like the Sorry We're Stoned. I'm working on a Ghetto Jesus one now.
How do you market those? Have you market them? How do you market them?
Oh, just on the web,
like
word of mouth.
You have a website?
Yeah.
The website that you mentioned. Do you guys have an Instagram page?
Yeah, it's Big Bear One.
Big Bear One.
Yeah, okay. If I'm not mistaken, if I get it wrong, my wife will get all mad.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's Big Bear One.
How long you been doing that for?
About a year, I think.
Nice. How do you screen print? Do you do the old fashioned way with the square and like put the paint on there and squeegee it and stuff?
Yep, that's it.
I remember doing it in high school. Like,
yeah,
I had a graphic arts class, and that was one of our projects of learning how to screen print.
Yeah,
and that's actually really cool. Like, once you get like what you guys do intricate designs with like 2 colors and stuff like that.
Up to 3 colors right now.
Nice. And you're learning more.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Because there's some dudes that do it out in Arizona coming up in a couple months. And if we do those, they're going to teach us how to do some foil work. So it's really a weird process because you got to put your ink down and then you let it sit, you flash it, and then you go back and you lay your gold or whatever, and then you peel it off and it just like shimmers.
Oh, okay.
So it's some crazy shit.
Nice. And that's for like designs on clothing and stuff like that.
Like I say, you want an eagle and you want it to like shimmer gold, so when you go in the sun, it'll like actually shimmer.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a certain technique. It's not like screen printing.
It's screen printing and then little extras.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not complicated, but it's hard to explain because we've been doing it for about 5 years.
Okay.
So, and we used to go to Santa Fe and I can't remember the damn names right now. But there's some really, I know, David and, I can't remember the other guy's name. I want to say Jeff, but I don't think it's Jeff.
Jeff. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff. 21 Jump Street.
Yep.
But yeah, they were really nice guys, and they were showing us how to do like intricate designs and stuff. So they helped. They really upped our game.
So you guys do the film cutting. You've cut all your stuff by film?
No, actually, we burn a stencil.
Oh, okay.
And then the emulsion, it's very tricky to use. You got to have the right amount of light. You can't have too much, and you can't have too little, or else it'll screw it up. But it is the most time-consuming, but at the same time, the most rewarding thing I've ever done, besides stand-up.
Nice.
Because I get very zen. I'll go in there, I'll smoke a bowl, and I'll be like, oh, we're going to do this design. I'm like, okay, we're going to set it up. My wife would start, whatever. I'll help her wherever she needs it. And it's very calming.
Okay.
So
you do you print limited supplies of stuff? You're just like, okay, we're going to do this design and we're only going to print so much amount and we're going to sell this much. Or do you kind of like give the people like an idea? You're like, I have a few designs out there. Which designs would you guys like to see on a shirt? What kind of methods do you use to get those designs out there?
it's like actually a mixture of both, because we have some that we have as a staple. Like, Sorry We're Stoned.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, and she did one, Cheech and Chong with Smoke Now, High Later. And those are the ones we'll keep around because, potheads are everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like stoner shit.
And it's getting more available.
Yeah, it's being more mainstream now. So I'm really glad about that because I like to smoke weed.
Right? Remember back in the day, it was such a taboo.
Oh, my God.
¿Qué está haciendo fumando la marihuana?
Hey, what do I smell over there? Hey, fucker, what are you doing?
The devil's lettuce. That's a good one, man.
The preacher's gonna come find you. Yeah, he's probably gonna try to smoke my shit too.
Yeah, he's gonna do it, not tell us, that fucker.
Actually, my priest did get high.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, there's priests that probably do way more, so it's okay.
That's all right. I mean, he got high. I was about 12 when I found out he got high because we stole weed from one of my older cousins. Never smoked weed before. And we go behind the church because nobody goes behind the church.
Yeah, there's no one's gonna find you there either.
Yeah, exactly.
I could get away with smoking weed here.
Yeah. So we start lighting up. We're coughing and choking and almost dying. And all of a sudden, preacher comes around the corner. He's all, ¿Qué estás haciendo, cabrones? He goes, oh, give me that. And he took a hit of it, and he's like, where'd you get this?
Dang, he knows what the good shit is.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I stole it from my cousin Porfy. Where did he get it from? I said, I don't know. I just took it from him because he had joints rolled up in the bag. How many did he have?
Dang. Like, where's the stash?
Right?
Where's the stash?
So all of a sudden he goes, never mind, I'll ask him. And he took the damn joint. Man, that was mad as fuck.
They're like, what the fuck? That's like one of those bad cops that are like, oh, I pulled you over. What are you guys doing? It's like, we're smoking. I'm sorry. Give me your stuff. And they just like, all right, get out of here. Like, what the hell? You guys. I heard a story. My friend, it happens, dude. They do that shit.
I know.
You should use that in a joke, man. That shit's funny. Fucking, I had a friend one time. He told me a story where he's like, oh, dude, they pulled me over and he got my pipe and he just threw it into the field. Because we lived kind of, like I said, in the Taos area, so it's like a mountain kind of ish. Yeah. Like, houses are like at least like a couple distance away and shit. So I guess he got pulled over. The cop saw that he was smoking. He's like, give me what you're smoking. And he's like, okay, this is all we have. Pulls out the pipe and he's like, oh, all right, I don't want you guys to do this shit again. Throws it in the field and then tells them to leave. So then the next day, my friend just drives back and fucking goes looking at he was there for like a good hour or so, but he found it. He fucking found it. So that was all we needed at that point.
See, everybody has a story, something like that. My dad had a story. They used to go drinking in Santa Fe.
Damn, all the way in Santa Fe? Just to drink?
Oh, no, he used to live out there.
Oh, okay.
So they'd be driving to Albuquerque, and instead of drinking at the bar, they'd drink on the way down. So he had a little hole in the floorboard, and when they were done drinking, they just let the bottle go to the bottom and smash out. I was like, wasn't that dangerous? He goes, no, nobody's on the roads. It's like after 5, that shit, the city could roll down.
It's not as bad.
So he did that, and I was like, huh, interesting. So I decided to drill a hole in my truck, not realizing that the damn transmission.
Bruh. So you went from the top?
Yeah, I went. I didn't think to look underneath the truck. 17, think you knew everything. So I started drilling, and I heard thunk. I'm like, what the shit? I hit frame. All right. So I tried yanking out the drill, and I'm like, it's not going. And then all of a sudden, I work it loose, and transmission fluid right through to the damn hole. I was like, oh shit. My dad's like, what'd you do? I'm like, I think I just fucked up the transmission. First time I got to say the word fuck in front of my dad without him knocking the living shit out of me.
Damn.
And he's like, what are you going to do about it? I'm like, I got money saved. He goes, why? I said, I was going to move out, but I can't drive anywhere if I can't move out if I can't drive.
Yeah.
So I ended up spending like $800.
Damn. How did you start off? Just with like a little drill bit? Just kind of like start off with a small hole, and then you're going to make it bigger as it goes along?
Because my dad told me how to do it. He goes, drill 3 little holes, as close as possible.
Yeah.
And then you get the bigger drill bit in there so you can open it up with the tin snips, which was what I was supposed to do. But me thinking in my infinite wisdom, I'm just going to get a big-ass drill bit and go all the way through instead of the safe, easy way. No. So I fucked up the transmission. I spent $800. Maybe a year later, I blew up the transmission and the motor at the same time.
Ooh.
I changed the oil, but I wasn't smoking a lot of weed. I was actually doing a lot of shrooms. So I changed the oil, or I thought I did change the oil. I ran it, let it run dry.
Holy shit.
Just went into 4th gear, heard kaboom, and then about 20 feet later, I heard kathunk, and then the truck just stopped in the middle of going up towards Santa Fe on I-40.
Yeah.
Stopped. I couldn't move. I was almost hit like 100 times.
Holy shit.
So after about an hour, the cops came out, and they're like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. I'm driving a damn truck, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, and I'm done. My transmission had fell down and dug into the damn asphalt. So they had to bring it.
So you're just dragging it and shit?
Oh, yeah. So they had to bring a flatbed, a forklift to pick up the truck, pull it out of the damn hole so I can put on a record, take it back to Albuquerque.
Holy shit. And that bad boy's still running right out there right now.
Nope, got burned to the crisp.
No, I wanted it to be the truck that's outside. It's still a beast.
Oh, no. That truck got burned to the ground. Because I was about a month away from actually finishing the damn truck.
Like building and shit?
Oh, yeah. I had spent maybe $10,000.
What kind of truck was it?
It was a 62 Chevy pickup.
Ooh.
Short wide.
Let's get a picture of that up, but go ahead.
And
62,
it was,
you said, right?
Yeah, 62 Chevy. And I had it dropped. I had it juiced. I was like days away from getting it painted.
Days, dude.
So the day before I went to have it get painted.
Take a look at these bad boys. Which one of these might remind you of that bad boy?
That one right there.
This gray one?
Yep. That's pretty much what it looked like.
Damn.
But not with those ugly ass rims.
Not with those ugly ass rims?
No, they were with Dayton's.
Fuck those.
Oh, man. And it was like, the dude told me, go take it to the car wash, degrease it, and then call me after you're done. I said, okay. He goes, I'll send a flatbed. Well, back then, the cell phones sucked, man.
No service.
No.
Well, not service, but they just sucked.
They just sucked because you had to pretty much scream in that motherfucker.
Where was it? What kind of cell phone design was it? Was it the block still? Or was it
No, it was a
still...
StarTAC. It was a little flip phone.
Oh, it was still kind of a little more advanced.
Yeah. You'd be yelling, these two fools that were sitting next to me overheard what we were talking about, called their buddy. They brought a flatbed, took my truck.
Oh shit.
And I was like, and I called it. I said, dude, you got here fast. He goes, we haven't even left yet. I was like, motherfucker. So I said, call the fucking cops. And this dumbass doesn't hang up the phone. And back then, if you didn't hang up the phone, you couldn't disconnect the call. You both had to press end. There was no like, now you just push the button.
Oh, okay.
So this idiot's screaming, call the cops, call it. I'm like, hang up the phone. You hang up the phone. I'm like, you're the idiot that won't hang up the damn phone. So an hour later, the idiot finally hangs up, calls 911. Truck's been gone for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I give up all hope. I'm never going to see that damn truck again. I figure I'll collect the damn insurance money, which isn't a quarter of what I put into the motherfucker. So I go home. My dad's all, what happened? I said, they stole the truck. How? I said, somebody overheard what we were saying and brought the flatbed, took off with the truck, and it's done.
They just took it off.
So flash forward about, believe it or not, 9 months. I get a phone call, and back then you had landlines, and you had two kinds of phones. Either a phone that was mounted to the wall with a really long extension cord, or you had the little
rotary phone, right?
Yeah, a little rotary phone with a long ass cord. But we had the one mounted to the wall. So it rings, and I jump out of bed, and I'm like, it's for me. And my dad's like, how do you know? I said, I don't know. I just know.
I feel it.
I feel it. And I call this like detective blah, blah, blah from APD. And I'm like, what? We found your truck. I'm like, shit. I said, what's left? He goes, the shell's still here. The frame's still here. The motor's partially here. Suspension's completely gone. I'm like, fuck. Okay. So I go up. It's burned to a crisp. You can put your hand through the metal where it burned through.
Okay.
It was gone by 50 grand in that truck.
Fuck. All gone.
All gone.
No, nothing in it. Nothing recoverable. Nothing.
I got 10 grand for the frame and 1,800 for the body. And they gave me 38,000 for the truck. So I didn't recoup nothing.
Damn.
So, I mean, I've had classic cars. I've had new cars. You name it, I've had it.
You've done it all. SUVs.
Pickup
trucks. Sedans.
Limousines.
Limousines.
I had one for 5 months. I was in, I kind of cheated somebody out of it, I should say.
You're just like, yo, bro, can I borrow your car?
No, we were playing poker, and I can't play for shit. This is no joke. I can't play for shit. I don't know how to play poker.
No pro, no nothing like that.
I lucked out and pulled 4 aces out of my ass. I don't know how it happened.
It's just the luck of the cards.
Yeah, that was it. And I was like, am I channeling my dad?
The heart of the cards.
Right. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh. I got that reference. I love that cartoon. But yeah, I pulled out 4 aces, and the dude's like, you cheated. I'm like, how? I'm not touching the cards, just the ones in front of me. And he argued for about 2 seconds. He's like, nope, you couldn't cheat it. I said, yeah, because I can't play for shit. I said, we've been playing like for 4 hours, and I've lost like $700.
Yeah, this is the time that I started to cheat.
Yeah, this is the time I wouldn't have done it before. So I ended up with a limo for about 5 months. And it was fun. I didn't have a chauffeur's license, but I was still charging people $125 an hour to drive that son of a bitch.
No, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
how was it? A pretty big stretch limousine, or what? Maybe like 3. I don't know. I don't know how you measure a limousine, but
I could fit 28 people in that motherfucker.
Okay.
Comfortably. And if they wanted alcohol, it's $185 an hour. And I would never buy good shit. I'd buy the cheapest shit, get a classy bottle. They don't know the difference.
And still be able to make some profit out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So that was the one rule he told me, dude, just get a really nice decanter, put cheap shit in there, make sure it's chilled because when it's chilled, it tastes better.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And then what you do is you have the decanters tilted. I'm like, why tilted? He goes, they think it's breathing, and it's bullshit. There's no thing. Whiskey doesn't breathe. Wines need to breathe.
Okay.
A big difference. I don't know why I know so much about wine. I can't stand it.
You don't like wine?
Nope.
I've never really been a big wine fan either, but there are some good wine.
Yeah.
Have like some kind of a good taste, but I'm not really a big fan of it either.
There was a restaurant up on Central. I think it was Nendel's. They had this real nice house wine. It tastes like a combination between strawberries, cherries, and kiwi.
And you can taste that.
Oh, you could taste all that.
That's so good.
And I don't like wine. And I was like, ooh, this is delicious. So we bought a bottle. And they said, if we're buying one, we'll give you one free. Well, I lost the bottle. And I can't find it. And I'm pissed. And when I saw it, she still swears that we drank the damn thing. I'm like, no, we didn't.
We totally hit that.
And because I would remember, because that wine just, oh my God, it was like, I've never tasted anything like that. And I've been in California for about a year for truck driving. And there's a Cabernet something, I don't know, it's some vineyard out there. It's like $25,000 a bottle.
Damn.
And they only produce like 5,000 bottles a year, which is apparently nothing for wine. So I tried it and I'm like, it's good, but not great. It's just like, I don't know, just like, I don't like wine because it's just like, it's like the first time you take a psychedelic. You feel yourself leave the body, but you don't want to believe that you're leaving your body.
Okay.
That's the feeling I get with wine. I don't like that because wine, I don't know who will come out, so to speak.
Okay.
Because I used to be very violent back in the day. And I don't like being that person. And I told my wife, I said, that's why I stay high. But not to the point where I can't be coherent in talking and talk to somebody and retain what I'm talking about or what you're saying. And she's all, why? I said, because if I don't, I'm going to get angry. I'm not going to turn into the Hulk, but I'm going to be so angry, I'm going to hurt somebody. I don't like that person.
Yeah.
Because that's very dangerous for me. I hurt somebody a long time ago. And to this day, he's still at the hospital. That's how bad I beat him.
So it was pretty bad, yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I like to be high.
And then, too, you got to realize that inside of that, laughing, the comedy aspect, always having some kind of leeway of like getting things across and shit.
Yeah.
It's always a amazing relief. Like, don't get me wrong, I love going up there and making fun of other people, but making fun of myself makes it even better too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what half of the stuff is going up there and presenting yourself in a very funny way.
Yeah.
And I totally get what you're saying too. It's just like, it helps. It leaves you like smoking the weed, fucking hanging out, doing like chill things and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's a Zen kind of life, a fucking
Exactly.
Buddhist monk kind of shit thing going on
Right.
there.
Like that, like Monday at the Speakeasy when you came at me, I was like, and I was prepared for you, and I was just like stuttering like a motherfucker. I was like, but usually I'd beat the hell out of myself. I'm like, oh, you dumb motherfucker, you had all this shit to give him and nothing. And I was like, I just said, the hell with it. It was funny.
Yeah.
I said, it gave you a chance to breathe, to collect your thoughts and deliver a pretty good set. So I was like, because Zach, I know he wanted to roast me. I mean, he did that later on that night, but Wednesday at Red Door, he looked at me and apparently he didn't say shit to me. He didn't even tell me hi.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I wasn't mad at nobody. I was expecting shit. If you would have said shit about me stuttering, I would have been laughing my ass off because that's funny. It wasn't scripted. We didn't plan anything. I mean, we had planned some shit, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, it's not.
But it was funny. And I'm like, my dad used to tell me, if you can't laugh at yourself, you have no business laughing at anybody else. So if I flounder on stage, which I know I have, I mean, I'll catch myself before I'd be like, I'm just gonna go now.
Let me just say something. Trying to just spit something out.
Yeah.
When you actually have the time to collect your thoughts and actually say something that's funny.
Yeah.
Because again, dude, the first time I went up there, dude, it was horrible. I felt it so bad. Like, oh man, it just felt so weird, you know?
Yeah.
But slowly going at it, you learn kind of like building the comfortness. Like, oh, okay, that joke didn't hit. Breathe. Let's try this next one.
Yeah.
And then it goes off and on. And I love that shit. Comedy is a really, I think it's a great, therapeutic kind of thing.
Yeah, it is because, you can tell your life story and people aren't going to know how much is real and how much is bullshit. But like the Ghetto Jesus, that really happened. I was so baked, dude. I was like, and all I could think of, because I was standing there in line, I was like, what I was thinking at the time was, why do we have toes? Why, and then I was like, then I started thinking, if we don't have toes, then we won't have balance and then we'll fall flat on our faces. I'm like, and that's all that was running through my head.
You're like, that has to be the reason.
That has to be in this. And that's when that little old lady was like, just like glaring at me. That abuelita stare. I was like, oh my God. Flashbacks to a kid.
Just gives that look.
It gives that look. I'm like, ooh, what did I do wrong? What the fuck did I do wrong? That's all that was running through my head. And I was like, wait a minute. My abuelita's been dead for like 20 years. So I looked at her and I'm like, and I was like, abuelita, what did I do to you? I don't like you. I'm like, oh my God, no. Like, please, God. And she had this crucifix. I swear to God, that's what was giving her like hunchback.
Yeah.
She was like this big ass cross. It looked like an old 80s. It looks like an 80s thing that they used to use. It was like a cross that you can twist open and do coke out of.
That's a first for me.
Yeah, oh man, wow, that's how old I am.
I wonder what it's called. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not too sure. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, it's like a crucifix, but it actually is a Coke spoon, and you can put Coke in the crucifix.
Oh, okay.
So in the 80s, that was like pretty much all every movie had one of those kind of.
Okay.
So.
One of those little pouch things, some kind of like thing to have it on you.
Yeah, it's like literally like a rosary. But the cross is a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And you unscrew the top, and out comes a spoon, and the bottom of the cross has a Coke. So then you pull it out, and do your little snort. But that's what I thought it was at first. And when she called me Ghetto Jesus, I was so damn high. I was like, I literally had to put the monsters down, and I was like, I was holding on to the damn counter. I was like, no. I was like, God, please just let me get through this. I'm too high for this shit. And she went on, she chased after me with her video camera, saying that she's going to call the Vatican because I'm impersonating Jesus Christ for money. I was like, you are completely bananas. I'm like, seriously.
No one's going to listen to this.
And then, what was it? Last night, Ian and his friend were there, and I was walking across the street with my daughter, and the dude saw, hey, you're the Ghetto Jesus.
Nah.
And then the funny thing was, this dude walked by, and he had some thick, long black hair, big old beard. I'm like, that's the real Jesus. That's the God's favorite.
Right.
And Nico's all like, "That's funny." I said, "Really? You thought that was funny, dude?" I was like, "It's fucking around." So I said, "Give it up for the good brother Jesus."
Right.
I go the favorite one, and the lady in front, she was so pissed off.
You can see it too.
Oh god, I saw that shit. I was like, I better explain why I just fucking threw Jesus under the bus.
See, man, and that's so bad that it feels like you shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to explain your joke or have to tell that's what they're there for. It's there for that reason.
Because
I thought that was funny. It's like
Yeah.
right away I thought about that. I was like, oh my god, that fucking does look like Jesus. And then Bear, just like a ghetto version.
yeah, I have I'm gonna modify the ghetto Jesus a little bit.
Get it a little more.
Yeah, I got a little crown of thorns coming.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna sew it to the bandana.
Oh shit.
And then I'm gonna turn around and have the little little holes in the hand.
We're like, hey guys.
And it's like, do I look like Jesus to you?
There you go. That would be a good one. That's some shock value too. A lot of people would
yeah.
just be like,
It's like, what the fuck?
oh shit. And then us comedians are gonna laugh because we already know what you're trying to portray.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see me take off a beanie, and it's like they're gonna be like, "Oh, I know what's coming." But yeah, with that ghetto Jesus, I had this lady, the next aisle over, and she's dying, and she's all, she goes, are you on that TikTok? I'm like, what the fuck is a TikTok?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
TikTok.
I'm like, oh, TikTok. I said, you're talking about those little like videos and shit. She goes, yeah, were you filming? I said, no, did you? She's like, no. I'm like, no, ma'am, this lady, I don't know this lady from Adam. And she's all, oh my God, I thought you were doing one of those TikTok things. I'm like, it's TikTok.
TikTok.
I was like, oh my God. And I tried to incorporate that into the joke, and it was like, it just wasn't playing. I was like, yeah, the hell with that. I'm going to drop that. But David Knight, a lot of people don't like him. I mean, he's okay with me.
I don't get why I guess I'm too new to the scene.
Yeah.
We're too new to the scene to understand this whole, but I think he's a cool guy too. I mean, I had him on the podcast last night.
Yeah.
He was a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, he said he had a really good time over here.
Yeah.
Because when Nico said, you and Nico said, we should do a podcast, I was like, yeah, that'll work. Because I did one with John Quillard and Kevin Baca, and that was fun.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool too.
And then you said you wanted me to do a podcast with you. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because I know, because my wife saw, he's a comic book nerd. I said, yes, he is. I said, that's why we talk. I said, I feel the vibe he's giving out. And it's somebody that, that's watched the whole Dragon Ball Z saga and knows Saiyan from Super Saiyan and who's who and what's what.
Yeah, we're relatable.
Yeah. And she's like, how do you know? I said, I can feel it. And she's like, but how do you know? I said, I don't know. I just feel, who I can talk to. Because David tells me, you should try and work the room. I'm like, okay. And then, I hang out with Troy, and, he does like a little thing with us every once in a while to sharpen up our comedy skills. So he said, work the crowd. And I had all this shit planned for David. And Shandine walks in. And earlier I had been on Facebook at another, when I was at work, and she had posted that since Latinas will just stab you out of the blue. And I posted, oh, hell no, you're Latina. You never out of the blue bullshit. You warn fuckers you can get stabbed. That's why I was asking if you're dating, because if you're dating Latina, they will warn you.
Right? They're like, hey, how's it going? I might stab you.
I may stab you later. I don't know.
But I might love you and stab you.
See, Kevin kind of, whatever. But no, I'm not going to go into that because that's it's over.
I mean, that's what's funny about the comedy scene is I feel like we're in fucking high school, bro. It's all high school shit. A bunch of cliques again, a bunch of kids that like each other more than other people, but yet we all have to kind of go to the same school.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean,
that's how I see it.
I see your point, but I'm like, I have been told by a few comics that I'm very personable. And at first I thought, are they insulting me? You know, are they like literally like saying, oh, you're a nice guy, but you're not funny? And I'm like, and then David comes up to me and he's like, hey, bro. Hey, bro, I need to say something. I'm like,
I can't do his voice.
I'm like, what? He goes, you should really work the crowd. And I'm like, he goes, let people see who you really are. So I'm like, okay. So Shondine came in and I was like, and I just started in on her and I was like, I think I got her pretty good because she kind of flubbed her first set.
Yeah.
At Silva. And I'm like, maybe she did that on purpose or maybe she's trying to get like, I don't know. It was just weird because I got a friend request from like 10 minutes later. And then I did the UCF with 600 Productions, you know, Troy and them.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks before that, Jamar, I had never heard of him. I mean, I don't know who he is. I'm not trying to, this is not a slam on him or anything, but all of a sudden he started showing up to open mics. I'm like, I thought, is he trying to get in my head or is he trying to sharpen his skills? You know, because I get a little paranoid when people like show up when I'm supposed to do something with them.
Oh, okay.
But like me and you would set up with the podcast. That's not a problem. But you know, if I had, you know, this UCF, I didn't know what to really expect. I mean, I've seen it happen, but it was like it's completely different on stage.
Okay. And it's always different. It's always something different.
The subject matter is always different. But I mean, if you get a chance, man, if you ever get invited, do it. It is really fun. I'll go. Just let me know. I'll go support you.
Yeah.
Because it was fun as hell. But I went up against Ian Jamerson, I think his last name is. And he got the first round. I mean, yeah, you know, he's seasoned.
Yeah, he's a veteran.
Yeah. Second round, I got him. He didn't know my wife was in the audience. And I told him, bro, I bet you I can make that girl laugh one word. And he's all, bet. I'm like, and I look at my wife, I said, focus. And she crunches up her face like, I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh. And she can't help it. Because the backstory is there's a joke that I used to tell this in high school. This is how old this damn joke is to me. Probably older than I know. And on our first date, I was nervous. You know, people see me now and I'm a completely different person, but I'm like 24, 25. I'm still a little kid inside.
Yeah, you're still finding yourself.
Yeah. So I don't know really how to act around a pretty woman. So I tell her, you know, hey, I'm going to tell you a joke before we go anywhere. And she's all, why? I said, because it'll make you laugh. And if I hear you laugh, I can relax. So she goes, okay, what is it? I'm like, all right. This guy comes from, you know, Europe. He's never seen African-American people.
Yeah.
And he goes to Chicago. And he sees two African-American women down on the bus. And he goes, excuse, may I take a picture of you? I have never seen African-American women. I think you're so beautiful. I would like to take a picture. And they look at each other like, yeah, sure, go ahead. He goes, excuse me, I must focus. And first African guy, he looks at the other one. She goes, focus? He don't even know us. And, you know, I told that 21 years ago. Wow. Yeah, 21 years ago, I told her that joke.
But yet she still, she references, she knows it. A callback.
It's a callback from way back. So, I mean, it's people like, and there's like, oh, you know, you like to fuck around. And I'm like, yes, I'd love to fuck around. I'll fuck around with you. I'll fuck around with whatever. But I don't fuck around. And people are like, oh, you pretend you're poly. I'm like, you can't pretend that shit. You know or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, because my wife's like, oh, you're not because blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's not all about sex. I have very personal relationships with some of my friends that I consider family. Like, you know, you're slowly becoming family.
Yeah, that's how it happens with a lot of people.
And I've always only been drawn to people that are like-minded. every time I get into something, I used to be in, I still am into cars, but now that I got a little older, I want to take my time and do it right. So in that scene, I was like the popular kid in high school. It's weird. Well, my mom wasn't the best person to me. And, if she ever sees it, I don't care.
No, I hear you, bro. I come from the same kind of background.
So, she used to be really mean to me when I was a kid. And I was like, so now people don't believe some of my comedy. It really happened. It's like, it does.
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
It's like, I can't help what happens to me. I mean, strange shit happens on the regular with me.
I think that's what brings out the best in people, too.
Yeah. Because I had this one girl come in today, and she's like, I know you. I'm like, girl, I don't know you. You're what? I told her, you're what, 14, 15? I'm 17 and a half. I'm like, what do you mean you're 17 and a half? Like, whatever. You don't know me. I seen you on the YouTube. The fuck is a YouTube? Like, you mean YouTube? Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, oh my God. Apparently, about a month and a half ago, right before it got cold, I was at the Red Door downtown. I got so blazed out. I didn't edible, which I had done edibles in about 4 months.
So, oh man.
And then we smoked, it was unicorn poop. But this shit was so dank that the oil would saturate the damn rolling paper.
So it was like resonated.
Oh, God.
So glossy.
Yeah, we got like maybe an eighth of the way through that joint, and we're baked as fuck. Then I go to the Red Door, and I don't remember, somebody got me high again outside. You want to hit? Yeah. And next thing I know, I'm like 4 deep in that motherfucker. I was
There
like,
we go.
Fuck. But that was the first night I was by myself, and I didn't know anybody that well, so I didn't trust them with my phone. You're leery. I don't give a shit who you are. You're a little bit racist about everybody. And I was like, fuck. And somebody said they had it recorded, and I can't remember who the hell it is anymore. But she said she saw me on YouTube. She said it was the funniest shit she's ever heard, which was about the time I almost polished up the Cholo GPS.
Okay.
So if anybody seen me in an open mic, seen the video about Cholo GPS,
Just right, some footage of it somewhere.
just somewhere, send it to damn it, I
What's
can't.
the website? Big.
Send it to my the email bigbear_t-shirts@yahoo.com
Yahoo.
or Gmail. One of those two. I'm gonna play a little safe. And please send me that video. I'd be so appreciative. But yeah, she's like, I mean, I've had so much weird experiences in my life. You've heard of the story of the Llorona, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was 16. It was to my cousins.
Oh shit.
It was Coors and 528 where the McDonald's is.
Yeah.
There's a ditch behind McDonald's. And I asked my dad, please, can I borrow your fishing rods? Please, I'm begging you. And he goes, oh, why? I said, there's catfish in the ditch. I mean, they were like, I'm not kidding, they're about a good 14, 16 inches long. Big fuckers. And my dad says, what are you going to do with them? I say, we're going to clean them, we're going to eat them. And at the time, I really didn't like seafood. It was just disgusting to me, texture thing.
Yeah.
So we ended up catching, about maybe 25 catfish in about 40 minutes. So it's about 4:30 and it's about mid-July. And we look over and we see this woman walking in, my stupid cousin. He's all like, oh, sexy, come here. Oh, I want to do so many things and blah, 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 and yada, yada. And then I noticed her ass wasn't touching the ground. There was no footprints. There was no dust kick up. She was floating. And he said, "Ooh, baby, let me see them titties." And then her ass floated the fuck across the ditch. I ran.
Oh, shit.
Fuck my dad's cooler. Fuck his fishing rods. Fuck my cousins. I was gone. I ran the fuck back to McDonald's. And my dad's all, where's your cousins? I'm like, oh. Where's my shit? Oh. So he slapped me, and I'm like, guy was like, I go, why'd you hit me? He goes, you kept saying, oh. Where's my stuff? Over there. Why? I said, my cousin was talking shit to some lady. She floated across the ditch and we ran. The fuck? Get in the truck. So we get in the truck and we start hauling ass down there. And my cousin's all white as a ghost. My other cousin's throwing up in the gutter. So we go and we get the damn fishing poles. We go to pick up the damn ice chest. I shit you not. Burned into the damn ice chest with pair of hands.
Oh, shit.
My cousin still has that damn cooler to this day.
With the burn marks?
Mm-hmm. My dad's all, you can keep it, throw it away, keep the fish. I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
Let's keep that juju out of here.
Mm-hmm. And to this day, my cousin's been in and out of prison so many damn times.
Damn.
So, I mean, everybody...
It's a curse? Think it's a curse?
I think it's a curse. Because this dumbass is talking shit. But everybody believes something.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing is they're Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, oh, there you go, right?
Yeah. Because I wanted to talk to you about it, and I was like, my parents used to be Jehovah's Witnesses. And that is that's one of the most fucked up religions. I mean, not the beliefs that they have. I agree with a lot of them. But the way they run their shit.
Okay.
It's like, you got to keep up with Brother Jones, and Brother Tom over here has this, and you ain't got that, and you need to aspire. It's like, it's just a bunch of bullshit and one-upmanship.
Yeah.
I figure if you have God in your heart, you don't need to go to church.
That's true.
Because when I used to go in Santa Fe when I was younger. It was about maybe 17 and shit. So you grew up in that kind of area. You know how fun it is.
Yeah. You
just grab a four-wheeler and take off, or grab a bike and shit.
Check out the mountains, the trails and shit.
Yeah. Take a .22 rifle with you and go fucking shoot shit.
Right.
You know, that's what we used to do back in the day, because we didn't have the... What do you call it? The technology you guys have.
I mean, you do now, but
we do now, but not back then.
Yeah.
It was like, if we missed a TV program, you were done. You were out of the damn loop.
You lucky if you get to watch it again.
Yeah, you're lucky if 6 months later you get a rerun.
Yeah.
But and I was thinking about, like, well, kind of, how does they say it, waxing philosophical, I guess. About the TV shows I grew up on.
Yeah.
Like the A-Team.
Okay, yeah.
Could never happen now. Facial recognition. They'd be busted the first time they walked in the damn Walmart.
It's like, who's that right there? There's Mr. T. Get him.
Get him. He's done. But, I don't know if you were there. It's about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Swamp was on stage, and this dude was heckling him. And all of a sudden, all I flashed back to was How High, when Method Man and Redman were all, get him. And I started doing that at Swamp. I said, get him. And Swamp was like, we were playing off each other. It was like, it just amped him up. And I was like, at the end of the night, this guy comes up to me. He's like, did you guys plan that? I'm like, no, I didn't. I said, honest to God, it just came out. I just said, I saw him up there, and I saw the braids. I'm like, damn it, Method Man. And it was like,
here it comes.
Here it goes.
And you felt it.
I felt it.
Get him. And then he kept going.
Yeah,
right?
he went after him, and he like tore him up. I was like, and he's all, Bear, what the fuck was it? I said, I don't know. I got possessed by Redman or something. He started laughing. And he goes, you my N-word. And I was like, I know, fam. But see that, and then like tonight, me and Dave were talking. And he goes, you grew up with, I said, I grew up with people like Swamp. I grew up with the gearheads, the bikers. You know, I grew up in a neighborhood where we had cholos helping gangbang, you know, the motorcycle guys.
Yeah, like bikers and
Yeah.
cholos.
Yeah, so it didn't matter because when it came down, that was our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I have respect for motorcycles and lowriders. I mean, my very first dream car was a 1949 Mercury.
Okay. That's a good car too. I've seen it before.
I had one for 5 whole hours. And then the dude backed out of the damn deal. I was crushed because me and my dad had a falling out about 22. He kicked me out of his house because I disrespected him. And to this day, I still feel guilty about that. That was the worst thing I ever done to him. I had brought a girl in when I was living with another girl, screwing around with that one, and he busted me. And he wasn't mad about me bringing another girl in. He was mad at me by not talking to him. He wouldn't have said nothing. It was none of his business if I was cheating on my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he kicked me out, and we didn't talk for a while. And when I got the Mercury, I was going to give it to him for his birthday. $125,000 that I got. I'm not going to say how, but I had it.
And he wasn't, and the guy gave you the car.
Gave me the car, signed the title over, but he gave a stipulation I wasn't paying attention to because I was so in love with that car. He had done everything I wanted to do. The only thing I was going to do was change the hubcaps to spinners. That's it. And I was going to give it to my dad because that was his very first car. And he stipulated that he had 24 hours to renege on the contract because it was his father's car. His fool waited till I got everything set up to ship the damn thing back to Albuquerque to back out of the deal.
Damn.
So that's my Eleanor.
The one that got away.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for getting the reference. I love that damn movie.
Yeah.
I love cheesy movies, but I love good movies too.
Yeah.
What did you think of Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson?
It was okay. I mean, based off of the anime, obviously, I really like the cartoon, the animes and shit, but it was good. I mean, the only thing people always say is that when they try to make an anime into a live action, it doesn't end up so well. Old school Dragon Ball Z, and then they made I forgot who the actor was, but the first live action Dragon Ball Z was a total failure.
Yes, big time.
So like that, I don't know. Those ideas, I mean, kind of got shot in the wind. It all just depends on who does it too. Some people can really make a good idea come out.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was okay because I love the original. Oh my God, that was my very first anime that I ever seen.
Yeah.
And then it started Dragon Ball Z. My buddy got me hooked on the comics.
Nice.
And he's all, dude, don't read the comics. Read the graphic novels. Read the graphic novels. I'm like, I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Shut up. So he went down to, Hastings isn't here no more. Went to Hastings and they were clearanced. Half price. They're all 99 cents. I bought the first 6 volumes for 12 cents a piece.
Dang.
I had those damn things up until my daughter turned 10. And then it disappeared.
Really?
Yep. They were in a box. A sealed box. My wife never moved it, never touched it. She's even as mad as she got, she never messed with that because she knew how much it meant to me. And it's gone.
Just gone.
Just dust in the wind. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't blame anybody, but it's weird. It just disappeared. But then again, my dad likes to fuck with my head.
Yeah, I could see that too. Having something around and it's just like gone. Like, what happened? You give it away or just fucking threw it out or something? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, I know I'm dominating the conversation.
You're the guest, bro. We're here to learn about Bear today, bro.
I appreciate this, man. I really do.
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is, man.
Because, like I said, when I first saw you, I thought you were like my little brother. You're like, you look like my little brother, and I was like I said, we had a little falling out, but now it's getting better. And the last time we talked, he talked my ear off 2.5 hours.
Oh shit!
And I just sat there, and I was like, we were kids again, because he's 11 years younger than I am.
Okay.
And he was 5, and I'd get home from school, and he'd like just ramble on about his day. And I didn't realize at the time I was always listening to what he said. Because, like I said, my mom, she was horrible to me, but she loved my little brother. And what had happened was one day we were playing around, and I was swinging by his arms. I dislocated his shoulder. Not on purpose. It was never malicious. I love my brother to death. And I felt guilty, and my dad's all, did you do it on purpose? I said, Dad, we're just playing around. I said, I would never hurt him. And he goes, I know, but your mom thinks you did it on purpose. I said, no, I would never hurt my little brother. Not until he turned older, then I wanted to kill him. But so we went to the doctor.
That's a good joke. That's like really good in itself.
We went to the doctor, and the doctor popped it back in, and he was telling everybody, my brother did this to me. And I was like, I felt like I was like, nothing. And he come up to me and goes, it's okay. You didn't do it on purpose. I told Mom that. I'm like, man, my little baby brother's defending my ass. And when we got older, I hated him so much because people fawned over him. You're so cute. What happened? How come your brother, and it's always being compared that my brother was better looking than I am. So when people compliment me or they say I did a good set, the back of my head, I'm thinking, did they really believe that I was funny, or they just, feeding my ego? But now when I can differentiate who is genuine, who is bullshitting me.
You could feel it.
Yeah, because like I said, I go on stage high, because if I don't, I can't. I get inside of my head, and I get too inside of my head, and I start fucking up my jokes, and I can't catch myself, and I panic. But if I get the right amount of high, it just flows out.
Yeah, and you can tell too, like when you're not as nervous, your jokes flow a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like I've heard your Cholo GPS joke so many times that I can tell when you're a little nervous. Yeah. And when you're not, I'm just like, oh, come on, Bear. What are you nervous about this time? And then the next 2 times you'll do it, and it's just like, damn, there it is. That's how it hits all the time.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how it works too, because it is where we do it at too.
Exactly.
You never know who's going to be there, how many people are going to be there, the type of people that are going to be there. It always brings in the factor of how those jokes hit.
Yeah. Especially when you have a good joke and you have a good premise, but you don't have that ending quite right. The Red Door on Candelaria, that's what gets me, because that's where I first started. That's where I did my very first
open mic.
Bullshit open mic. And I was like, literally like, thank you. And then I was like, I'm done. And Kevin Baca straight up looks at me and says, you know what? You'll be back. I was cursing everybody in the bar. Fuck everybody. You guys suck. I don't want to do this ever again.
Fuck this. Fuck
fuck
that.
You. Fuck off. Fuck everybody. I was like, what's the matter? I'm like, fuck this bullshit. I ain't doing it again. Next week, my ass goes back up there. But it was actually after my birthday. A friend of mine gave me an edible of a caramel.
Oh, shit.
And my wife goes to eat it. I'm like, it's an edible. And she's like, what? I said, don't swallow it.
Yeah, it's already gone.
She had just been into it. I said, just give me half. And I said, half is going to kick your ass. And she's like, no, it's not. Like, yes, it is.
You'll see.
So I remember we were going. Oh, we went to open mic. And I went up there and I was getting laughs. Because I said, I can't remember the joke now, but it was about something about Chewbacca being, Hispanic and fixing cars and shit. I have it written down somewhere, but it was like that. And my wife started laughing. And she has a laugh like Cat. Like, Cat Savage.
Oh, yeah.
It's infectious. So half the room laughed. I was like, maybe I'm onto something.
Nice.
Because everybody tells you, how you have the one friend that everybody thinks is just funny as hell.
Yeah.
And then he goes up on stage and he's like, bombs the shit out of himself. I thought I was that dude. The one that's going to go up there and just shit himself, and that'd be the end of that. But I've learned so much in the 3 months I've been here. Like when I first saw you and you were talking about the Kool-Aid, I was like, that's fucking funny. That's very relatable because anybody who's lived in New Mexico knows about that shit. I'm like, seriously? And because I wanted to roast, I didn't want to really roast you, I just want to talk shit. And I was like, I was gonna jump up like, hey, fucker, we only had 3 colors back in those days. There was no flavors.
There is no flavors. And if there is, they're still the same.
Right? And then when you did your binary wrapper, I know we talked about this earlier, but that shit is funny because one of my buddies, he's an engineer, and last time I talked to him, I told him about your skit about being a binary rapper.
Yeah.
And he's all, what? He goes, I gotta hear that. So my daughter, I didn't know she recorded you.
Oh, nice.
And she showed it to him. And she's all, Uncle Rai, Doug, this is him. And he's like, that's fucking hilarious. He goes, send me the video. I go, why? He goes, I'm going to put that on my screensaver so when people pass by, they're just going to hear that and they're going to wonder what the fuck he's saying.
Nice. Gets it going.
I was like, that is so cool. I'm like, and I know a lot of comics have bullshit. They beef with each other, whatever. I'm not about that. I'm going to be happy for whoever does whatever. I was going somewhere. Where the hell I was going? But I don't really like to roast people because I can, when I'm in the zone, I can roast the shit out of people, and I don't like to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
Because, well, I've been in therapy for like 5 years, and I realized that a lot of shit that I was putting people through because I hadn't processed stuff. And then like people like my age, like, I wouldn't say that. People are going to hear you. I don't care.
Right? It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm finally comfortable with myself. Because for the longest time, I had this real bad complex about women coming up to me. I know what I look like. I'm not Brad Pitt. I ain't whoever the fuck the newest hunk of the month or whatever the shit is. But I have women come up to me, and the worst one to date, I was with my daughter Cheyenne. We're at Walmart. I'm joking with my daughter. I said, ooh, I shouldn't get these chocolates. It's going to ruin my waistline. Lady in front of me picks up her shirt. I stopped smoking. I gained so much weight. I'm like, and I looked at my daughter, I'm like, and she's like, Dad, please don't. And I'm like, asshole mode, shut up. Don't just turn off the asshole mode. Turn it down to -20. And I wasn't medicated like I should have been. Let's just say that. This is the premise of why I went off on this lady. And she's my last boyfriend couldn't really give it to me. I'm like, okay, the ass homo is going up to 25. Fuck this shit. Look, bitch, that's my daughter. If you don't respect me, respect my daughter. I said, I don't want to hear about your boyfriend. I don't want to hear about shit. I said, that's disrespectful. And she's oh, you wouldn't fuck me. I said, first of all, that's not a conversation to have in front of my child. I said, this is my daughter, came from my loins. Then she finally realized my daughter was standing next to me. I'm like, and my daughter's like, I was like, fuck, she got the look of her mom. When my wife gets mad, she gets this look.
Yeah.
Go completely the fuck calm. And then the eyebrow goes a little twitch. And I'm like, I better run and crawl under a rock or something. Because I know I'm going to be cannon fodder for whoever the fuck got fucked up.
Oh, it's just going to happen.
Yeah. And I looked and I saw my daughter, that same ass look. I'm like, grab the stuff. Just grab the shit. I picked up our stuff and I grabbed my daughter. I'm like, let's go. No, you're not going to do it. She's not worth it. She's really not worth it. But I was like, I'm going to kick her fucking shit out of that bitch. I'm like, no, baby, just really, don't look good in orange. You're not that color.
Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
So we turned around and walked to the other register, and I'm like, Mija, I understand. That's why I got mad. It wasn't about what she told me. It's just that she didn't realize you're right there. This shit has happened so many damn times. But the cutest one, and this is so cute. I'm not going to say her name. Because
no, wait, on this one, you have to save this story. You know how long we've been here already?
How long?
We've been here for an hour and a half already.
No fucking shit.
Yeah, dude, we let time fly, dude.
Damn.
Dude, let everybody know where they can find you. Where can they find you on social media?
Big Bear Lopez. I don't have an Instagram yet. My daughter's going to help me with that. We also have our website, thebigbeartshirts.com. Follow us on Instagram, BigBear1, and
tell the viewers you'll be back. You'll be back, right?
Yeah, I'll be back. Anytime you want me to come back, brother. Well, I'll be back. And
we'll do another shit, talk the shit, have a nice time. Fucking
hell yeah! This was beautiful, man.
Dude, thank you again for coming, dude.
Oh no, man, thank you.
It was awesome, dude.
This was great.
Yeah, we gotta do this again, dude. Because I know you're filled with stories, dude. You could tell us stuff for days.
I could tell you stuff for years, man. Next time I come, remind me the first time I drove home drunk.
With that, guys, we'll catch you guys later. We'll see you guys later, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Peace.